All right, if you clicked on this episode, 9 times out of 10, you love a great chicken sandwich. And I'm not talking about like a healthy avocado grilled chicken sandwich on gluten-free bread. No. That's not you. You like that battered, deep fried, southern deliciousness type chicken sandwich. I mean, the kind that'll have you waiting in a drive-thru for like 1 to 2 hours. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of sandwich. All right, if that's you, then this episode you're gonna love it because I'm gonna teach you how to make a fried tasting chicken sandwich that tastes phenomenal and is healthier for you than any fast food restaurant you could go to. This episode, chicken sandwich. Woo-wee, let's get it. So let's lead off with just a little bit of a serious conversation. Not too serious, but it's gonna be one of those takeaway moments. So some good information for you, okay? So earlier, if you paid attention, I made the reference to fried tasting chicken. So we're not gonna actually fry or deep fry where we're using oil. Why not? A lot of people hear that fried foods are bad, but they don't really understand why fried foods are bad. It's simply a situation where oil becomes oxidized. And when oils become oxidized, bad things happen. The biggest thing what it does to the human body is it becomes very inflammatory, okay? But I'm gonna tell you and just give you one of the bad reactions that happen with oxidized oils. So anytime if you're cooking with an oil and all of a sudden it starts smoking, guess what? It's oxidized. So oxidized and oxidation can happen just by adding in a chemical. It can be added by heat. Some oils are so sensitive, like fish oil, olive oil, that like light can actually cause those oils become oxidized pretty rapidly. That's why generally when you buy olive oil, you don't want to cook with it, saute it. I don't even saute with it. Usually I use that to add in for salads, things like that, just because I know how fast it oxidizes. And before you even get to an oil, to cook with it, to pour it on salads, whatever, always smell it first. Oxidized oils have a very pungent smell to them. If you smell that, you get rid of it. Throw it away, that's a wrap, okay? But let's get back into one of the things. Oxidation of oils leads to plaquing of the arteries. How does this happen? Okay, when you pull in and consume a fried food, whether it's a French fry, fried chicken sandwich, onion rings, whatever, okay? Doesn't even matter if it's coming from organic sources. If something is fried in oil, it's oxidized. What happens is you consume that, okay? Once your body breaks it down, those oils actually get into your bloodstream. They immediately start causing inflammation so bad they start wearing holes in your circulatory system. This is bad, okay? Now, cortisol, which is phenomenal. Cortisol gets a bad rap, but it's not. If you didn't have cortisol in your body, you would die. Cortisol is a hormone that's responsible for putting out fires, essentially. So what happens is your body starts boom, bum, bum, bum. Holes are being weared in our circulatory system. So it's veins, arteries, capillaries, all that stuff, right? Cortisol comes in, identifies it. Okay, guys, we gotta start problem solving. So what it does is it takes LDL cholesterol. LDL also gets a bad rap, and it's not a bad thing. It's needed. You would die if you didn't have LDL. However, there's some good LDL cholesterol and there's some bad LDL cholesterol. Most of the people that are consuming fried foods all the time are also people that are eating high sugars. High sugar, your liver will convert that into a molecule that's small, dense, and tacky, okay? LDL cholesterol, that's a derivative from fats, is a bigger, puffier molecule. It doesn't stick, okay? Generally, these are just vehicles for hormones and nutrients, generally. However, in this situation now, we're going back to what oxidized oils do into the human body. You're getting these holes, right? Cortisol comes in and goes, oh my God, we gotta fix this. So then what it does is it takes that sticky LDL cholesterol and starts patching these holes up. But it can't do it quick enough, and that's not gonna sustain. So then what happens is it triggers another hormonal response where your body starts leaking calcium from your bones into your bloodstream. Now what happens is cortisol goes, yes, we can fix stuff. It takes the calcium and it takes the bad LDL cholesterol, the sticky one, and it starts patching those holes up, okay? Now, you think, okay, well, cool, my body just fixed itself. The problem is it starts layering itself. And these people that are, like maybe even possibly you, that are constantly eating fried foods, a lot of sugar, things like that, the process just keeps repeating. Then what happens is because now there's a sticky substance inside your arteries and veins, it grabs all their cholesterol, all their calcium as it's floating by. And so if you had a healthy artery, let's say this is healthy, then all of a sudden what happens is plaquing, and that's what plaque is. It's literally, they can scrape the inside of your veins because of the calcium. It starts condensing itself to the walls, and so that opening gets smaller and smaller and smaller, right? Your heart is pumping, blood pressure goes up. Now what happens? We're talking heart attack territory, we're talking, stroke territory, aneurysms, all these different types of things, all because of what? Oxidized oils. Please limit fried food to like maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. If you're really smart, just get that out of your diet. Get out of your diet. All right, so now let's talk about how I'm gonna make a battered chicken sandwich that tastes like it's fried, but it's not fried, all right? Let's get into this. So first what I'm gonna do is I got my, free range eggs, all right? I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna crack this in. All we need is 1 egg. Now, all we're gonna do is we're gonna whip this bad boy up, okay? Why an egg? Well, this is important because this is what's gonna allow the grain-free batter that we're going to use stick to the chicken, okay? So that's good enough. Now, what we're gonna do is get into the actual mixture, the powder. So what I'm gonna start off with is some coconut flour. I'm gonna take a 1/4 cup of this, okay? Put that in there. I am then also gonna take, move this here, an equal amount. So about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, and this is actually organic Parmesan cheese. All right, mix that in. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this is a pre-made seasoning, right? So this is Jamaican. You can use Cuban, you can use Italian, whatever you want, however you want to season your chicken. I kind of like a little bit of zing, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put in 3 teaspoons. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to take, this is just garlic salt. So I'm gonna take some garlic salt, also organic, that's all I cook with, and use 1 teaspoon of that. Now, like I said, you can experiment. Remember, I always recommend experimenting with seasonings, make your own. A lot of times I do that, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix this up. And this is going to be our batter, okay? All right, now, got a plate, all right? Put this right here, put the chicken on this side. Now, what I'm gonna do is grab a fork. You put this off to the side. Take a chicken breast, okay? And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it inside here. Flip it over both sides, open it up a little bit. Okay. Try to saturate it as much as possible. All right. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this chicken breast and I'm gonna put it in our batter. All right. So now I just move it around. All right. Allowing the powder to stick. All right, so that's one chicken breast. We'll flip it over again. It's starting to resemble uncooked, battered chicken, isn't it? Remember, grain-free on this one, all right? So then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this off to the side, put it on the plate. And we're gonna repeat the process because I'm gonna make a couple of chicken breasts. And believe it or not, I actually, with one chicken breast, can make 4 sandwiches. And I'll show you how that magic works on the back end of this. But once again, we're gonna go ahead, roll this around a couple times, get it saturated with the egg. The chicken I'm using is free-range chicken, like always. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and put this in the powder. Okay, this off to the side. Same thing. Doesn't take that long at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recycle what I used to get the seasoning out, just to sprinkle some more on top. All right. And now what I'm going to do is also put this chicken breast off to the side. Look at that. Excellent. All right, now the next part is all about cooking this bad boy. So, I have a fantastic air fryer. Now, they're not sponsoring anything, but this Ninja Foodie 4x1 is fantastic. You can use any type of air fryer you want, okay? That's what we're gonna use. The temperature I use on this is 390. It takes about 20 minutes. Halfway through, 10 minutes in, I'm gonna flip it over. And then when we get done, there's gonna be some juicy chicken you're gonna see. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna see you in just a few seconds. And boom! Haha! Looks just like fried chicken, doesn't it? Amazing! Without the fried chicken guilt. Okay, so now, to build this sandwich, we got the chicken. We already talked about how we made that, right? I'm gonna be using some Simple Truth organic golden honey buns, all right? Not gluten-free, but organic, all right? Then I like using mayo that's made out of avocado oil. This is phenomenal. Love it, one of my favorite mayos. And then we have lettuce, pickles, and tomatoes, all right? So now, I like cooking the chicken breast whole, and this is why. Because what makes a good chicken sandwich is juicy chicken, right? If you use the thinner chicken slices, or if I was to cut these before I put them in there, it tends to dry out pretty quick. It's not the same. So what I like doing is this. Cutting them in half. And then I'll kind of fillet it a little bit. Same thing, right here. Take this, kind of fillet it a little bit. Right down the center. Okay. Still, that juiciness is locked in there. Boom, and now we can build the sandwich. So literally, each one of this breast, I think I told you 4 sandwiches. You could, but really what happens is each breast will make 2 sandwiches, okay? So, at this point, am gonna call my son in, all right? Because this is important. He has had several of these chicken sandwiches from other places, right? And he loves them, like a lot of people do. Me, I just can't justify waiting in line 30 minutes to 2 hours for a chicken sandwich. Are you kidding me? So, I told my son, look, we can build a chicken sandwich that rivals that, maybe even tastes even better. So, but Let's see. All right, Tristan, come on in, superstar. All right, so I'm gonna let him build his own sandwich. I know that I would probably load this all the way up. He might not want tomatoes, or he might. So go ahead. Yeah. And then here's some mayo. You can use that right there. I know you like mayo. It's all right. You excited about this, man?
Yeah.
I'm actually quite hungry too. I'm hungry. All right. See, I kind of knew he was going to opt not for tomatoes. I know my son. Ah, well, there you go. All right. All right, we're talking with mouthful, huh? What do you think? Good?
Yeah.
Really good?
Yeah.
Like, would you wait 2 hours in line for that?
Probably not.
Gotta love the honesty. Gotta love the honesty. But I don't think my son will wait 2 hours in line for any chicken sandwich because he just knows that would take away from him gaming. Can't do that. Gaming is important, you know what I'm saying? It's important. All right, so a fried tasting chicken. It looks just like fried chicken. However, no gluten in the batter, not deep fried, air fried, no oxidized oils, none of that. All good stuff. Is it worth waiting in line 2 hours? Heck yeah, because I'm the chef, right? But it is good. Would you make it yourself? All right. So, like always, if you like what you see, subscribe. If you want to see more, click like and subscribe. And like always, my goal is to help you guys, help me help you get healthy one meal at a time. Time to eat.